Alrighty then, it's Sunday, and so the market is open again as usual. And so I see some half and halves. Once you take my course, you'll know what the half and halves are. So this is a half and half, okay? But I'll explain in more detail. That's when the lower half time frames are opposite of the higher time frames, which means there's a transition of the trend. And so I like this half and half. Our MACD is in agreement. And then we have an arrow that came in and it gave me my favorite shape, which is the spongy bob square head. Okay. So go to the 30-minute for verification. And there we are. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Love it. So it may drift and pull back and drift, but I'm just going to sit in this bad boy and just let it go. Okay. So I really like this one. So that's the CAD Swiss. ECAD, which is the opposite direction. I see it's already drifting downwards. 1 minute, I really don't care about, the 1 minute. But outside of that, this is another one that you can see is starting to convert to a half and half and more. Let's check the 4 hour. The 4 hour has an X, which means price action hasn't gotten an arrow. But we do have confirmation that price action is completely below the neutral zone. So it hasn't gotten an arrow yet, but eventually it will. The 1 hour, we have an arrow. We already see prices meandering down. The biggest thing I like about it is this shape. See that? The slant pattern. So the SpongeBob, or the Spongy Bob is one thing that I like, or the slant. And that's a fake to the upside for sellers. For buyers. They're trying to fake to the upside, encourage buyers to come in. And once they do come in, and I'll move this up out of the way. Once they do come up and retest possibly here, like it did here, here, and here, faking to the upside. See how they do that little slant pattern? And I'm just showing you guys what to look for. Live examples. Okay, again, there's tons of them in the tutorials. But as I'm doing these videos, I'm showing you the same thing. Look, see, it comes down. Then it pulls back, retests the main wave, and then it drifts, retests, and then it drops. Okay. Then it comes back up, retests, and then drop to the next level. Okay. And so for me, this is one of those where you just hold it, let it do its thing, because eventually it's going to drift. Like this one. Look at this one. This one, when it did drift, that was a total of 57 pips right there. So you could have easily got your 1-to-1. So I'm just going to sit back and let this one drift. You can fake out everybody else. You ain't faking me out. I know what you're doing. So I'm just going to let this one sit and let it drift. Okay. Okay. So that's one. Let's go to EJ. As you can see, I'm already up 3 pips. Okay. This one is a half and half. See, a perfect half and half. That means it's possibly transitioning from its long-term trend to the upside. So now it's starting to go to the other side, and you'll learn what to look for. MACD is in agreement, and we have it going here. You can see it been going sideways. Now it looks like it's slowly starting to go in that downward direction, which is what we're looking for. So that's one where you can hold it. And let me tell you, see how it did the same thing back here? It went sideways. Then all of a sudden, boom. And that was worth 300 pips. So you just sit and wait. Patience. All right, let's look at another one. I'm going to sit in GA. Okay. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is just gorgeous. Okay, GA is pretty. You can already see it's already started its downward. And this is what I meant by half and half. See how right here, what if you would have got in on this? Oh my God, what a monster. That was 700 pips or even to there. Okay, or you could have held it to neutral zone. When it hit neutral zone, that would have gave you 563 pips. Either way it goes, that went for a very long run. Then it hit the neutral zone, and then its price action stayed below the neutral zone, and eventually you got your confirmation here, confirmation there. And so the price did drop, then it came back up, retested this high, and now it's going back down again. So this is another pretty one, and so it's a pretty half and half. Okay. Let's look at G-Swiss. Now this one is choppy. I don't know. I got in this one a little bit too early. It was actually a carryover from last week. So I'm just holding this one. That's all. It's just retesting here. And you can see this one is in full agreement. You have more agreements here. Let's check that 15. And see how price action just bumped a little bit above the neutral, but most of these are down. So I'll hold this one. Not a big deal. See, it's just retested that level. Now, if it continues to break through, that's what your stop loss is for. But so far, this one is still in the agreement of most of these outside of the 5 minute and the 1 minute, 5 minute. Other than that, it still looks like it can have potential to go to the downside. Oh, it's okay. So I will hold that one. Okay, let's go to GJ. That's the next one. GJ, have it your way. All right, so when you click to the 1 hour time frame, you can really see where things are going. Imagine you had got in on this one on GJ, and you know, more than your 1-to-1 right there was 385 pips. Your stop was, you know, wherever you wanted to put it, down here. So you could have easily doubled your money or got a 2-to-1. But again, a half and half, which means that now it has peaked out. It's been going up for quite a long time. You can see all the way back here. Okay, let me unlock my charts so you can see this. See all the way back here. So, ooh, went too far. Sorry. I only have my bars on 5,000 bars, so that's the reason why I was doing that. It's saying, hey, you need to add more bars. But on my charts, I didn't want more bars because it slows down your computer. All right, so let me show you this. If I can, go back a little bit further, right to here. Where is it? And if you do that, just switch time frames and then click back. That's all you got to do. Okay, let me go to 4 hour. All right, so the 4 hour, you'll see it right here. And there we go. You can clearly see what happened on the 4 hour. Okay, look at that. So from the 4 hour, look at how long this thing was on just a tear. Okay, that was for over 2,000 pips to the upside. 2,000 pips to the upside. So you can clearly see from the 4 hour that it looks like it's at a point of exhaustion, which is why now you're getting these turnarounds in the direction. Okay, that's the reason why. So again, you don't have to get confused with arrows and all this kind of stuff. You want to check down here first for confirmations. Okay, confirmations. So it was on a straight tear to the upside. Then it started getting choppy. And this is when you know you're in a transition, because at first it'll go real smooth, and then it starts getting real choppy. And this is what we call, in the normal order of things, we would call it what? What do you guys think this is called? The spongy bob. You thought I was going to say consolidation. It is consolidation, but it's considered the spongy bob. See, this is when transitions take place because it's ran for over 2,000 pips, as we saw in the 4 hour. Now, all of a sudden, it's stuck in this range. And that's because its chances are it's about to go to the downside now. And if that's so, I'm catching it right here at the very top. That's a very nice setup. And I'm going to hold this one for a little while. As you can see, I'm up 7 pips already. Everything lined up perfectly. We got a half and half. We got the MACD agreement, and we have our arrow. And I'm just going to sit in that one. Okay. So I'm just explaining the concept of how to trade this. And this is Sunday. And as I told you guys, Sunday, it's the early part of the week. It's what? Is it trend trading or reversal? You got it. It is trend trading season. So I'm very comfortable with this one. Okay. Let's go to another one. NZD Swiss. Okay. Now NZD Swiss gives me another half and half. Okay. Let's go to the 4 hour and see the story. And this is one of the things you easily do just to know, hey, am I catching it too early doing the half and halves? Go to that 4 hour and see what happens. Look, this thing had been running to the downside for, and if we, let me redo that. If we catch it from where the arrow came in on the 4 hour all the way to here where it came to its lowest low point, that was over 659 pips. So after that, it needs a breather. So I do believe that it's now transitioning. See, here goes the consolidation that a lot of you guys couldn't tell before. Now you have a system that you can show it to you. See these? Up and down, up and down. That's consolidation. That means there's a transition taking place from where it was, and a massive transition. Okay, because sometimes you have a short transition, but it'll continue. See how this was down, then it had a little news event, up push, and then the transition, and then immediately went right back into its trend. All right, let me pull this over just to make sure you guys can see this. right here. Okay, so to see these, this was in its downtrend and hit the sideways, short. See this blue, it's telling you to consolidate it. So you consolidated shortly. Went down, could have got some pips, then it came back up, consolidated, cool, consolidated, but then it dropped and continued. But this one is a much longer consolidation, and one way again to verify whether you think it's in transition, go out to that 4 hour and count the number of pips, how long it's been dropping. And if it's been dropping forever, then that's a chance that what you're looking at is a half and half, meaning it's starting to transition to the other side. Okay, that's how you can confirm that with this new trading system. Very easy to use. Okay, the next thing I like about this, and let's go to the stretch it out a bit so you guys can see this. All right, I like that we had a pullback. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you so you guys can see it. See this? Went up, did its pullback, and then came right back. It dipped below the main wave and came right back up. That's a strong sign that there's buyers in the market for this. And so therefore, I'm just putting my stop below that swing there, or I can just put it below the arrow. Nice, comfortable out the way. We have the half and half. We have a MACD agreement. So I'm going to hold that trade. Okay. So those are a bunch of trades that I'm in. I just want to show you guys my rationale. And what I'll do is I'll pause this and just come back later and we'll see how it produced on these trades. Now, again, you should not be in this many trades. I'm just showing you guys, for example, on this account, exactly what you should be looking for with this trading system, how to properly diagnose whether this is a good setup or not a good setup and things like that. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm doing that. So again, I'll pause it and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go over some results so you can see the progress. So this one is still waiting to pop up, but I'm in positive territory on CAD Swiss. Here's Euro CAD. I'm up 11 pips, so that's not bad. And just waiting for it to drop some more. Euro JPY, 52 pips. See, beautiful. And it's bouncing off the ADR. I'm going to close this one out, take my profits. Okay, why? Because it's already dropped really, really fast. And it's too far from the main wave, so that means it's going to probably come up and bounce back up. So that's 52 pips there. This is GA, 38 pips. See, I didn't set a target, but you can see that's 38 pips. It's going to come back up to the main wave. So that's another one. Okay, and G-Swiss is the only one that didn't act right, which is 32 pips, but you know, it's okay, no big deal. It broke up to here. I'll hold it and then let it come back down. Might as well. See, it just came up and retested this, so I'll let it drop back down, no big deal. GJ, that's 25 pips right here. So that's another one. So, alright, so I'll take my 25 and let it pull back up. And actually, it would have been more. You know that on each one of these I'm closing out, it would have actually been more had I set my target. It actually would have been 96 pips on this one. I just woke up late. And it's the challenge of recording videos, because sometimes when you're trying to record to save it, you know, kind of miss out on things, but it's okay, no big deal. Like this one, it hit here, so from where I was in this trade, it actually would have been another 90 something pips instead. And GA, this one would have been another possibly 76. Excuse me, sorry. So GJ, that was a nice one. Here it goes. NZD Swiss. Let's take a look at that one. You can see I'm up 10 pips right now. And so on that one. And so it's everything's moving along nicely. So either way it goes, you guys get it. You get the point. And so out of all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, out of 7 trades, only one of them went the opposite direction, which again was G-Swiss, but I'll just hold it at this point. It shot up, and if it hits take my stop, that's cool. It's all good, because the other one's won, and I still have more that's running. But outside of that, it looks pretty good to me. Okay, so I'll wrap this video up, and I'll see you in the next one.